Oh, look at that. We're all bleached out because it's daylight. Okay, Mr. Bitey Otter and I are going to talk about Cards Against Humanity, Day 4. Pachow. Be right back. Okay, got a little something in the mail as I wandered out to the mailbox like an excited child. I'm kidding. I ran out there like a half-awake adult. Okay, so here's what we got today. Oh, there's a bunch of goodies. Let's see here. Let's start with the primary letter, though. Dear citizen, mounting sociological evidence confirms something we've always suspected. Homework sucks gorilla balls. It alienates students from their families and communities and stifles creativity from a young age. That's why today, with the help of our favorite nonprofit, DonorsChoose.org, we're asking teachers to join us in destroying homework once and for all. We posed the question, what are ways to help kids learn besides assigning homework? Teachers came up with a ton of ideas, like field trips, family game nights, or just letting kids be fucking kids. By the way, I assume they're using that as an adjective, not a verb. You can support these projects by donating at www.donorschoose.org/CAH-homework. And we'll match your donations up to $100,000. Why are we doing this? Because homework blows leathery rhino dong. Still not convinced? Please find enclosed policy paper written by the Vice President of Chicago Children's Museum arguing conclusively that homework gargles whale cum. I love you. Cards Against Humanity. Now here's that enclosed letter. We'll see if I read it all. It looks pretty lengthy and verbose. I might just hit on the key points. Okay. Chicago Children's Museum. Homework in elementary school. Where do we stand? A position statement from Chicago's Children's Museum. Okay. This looks like a quote from Alfie Kohn, American author and lecturer in the areas of education, parenting, and human behavior. By the way, this thing even has footnotes. Real research. Quote, I get the same answers everywhere in the country when I ask teachers and parents what their long-term goals are for kids. They say we want kids to be creative, compassionate, caring. We want them to be ethical and happy. We want them to love learning and think deeply and critically. And those are precisely the characteristics that tend to be sacrificed by many traditional practices. End quote. There is no conclusive evidence that homework increases student achievement in the early elementary grades. Despite this, the assignment of homework continues to be standard practice in many schools, often starting as early as kindergarten. As experts in early childhood education, Chicago Children's Museum calls for a halt to, quote, traditional, pencil to paper, quote, busy work, and a reframing of homework to focus on meaningful, play-based home time activity for children and families. So far, sounds okay. Background. Homework defined as tasks assigned to students by teachers that are intended to be carried out during non-school hours as it applies to children in early elementary grades, kindergarten through third grade, is a controversial topic. Increasingly, parents report that homework intrudes on family life, quote, spending every night as homework monitors, a position for which we never applied, end quote. That's one of the footnotes. For young children, the impact of homework can be demoralizing. Kurt Dudley Marling, a former elementary school teacher turned professor at Boston College, notes, quote, the nearly intolerable burden, end quote, imposed by homework is partly a result of how defeated children feel, how they invest hours without much to show for it. In the last decade, the National Parent-Teacher Association, endorsed 10-minute rule, no more than 10 minutes of homework per night starting at first grade. By the way, I'm speeding up here. Increasing 10-minute increments for each subsequent grade level. See, even if you do that, by the time you're in 10th grade, that's 100 minutes. Now, if that's across the board with all teachers, all 3 to 7 classes, depending if they have the AB days or the straight 7 classes in one day, it's 100 minutes across the whole thing still. Once you're looking at band or sports or chess club or just chores around the house, if they're getting home at 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and then dinner, and 100 minutes is a lot, 10th grade. 2 hours by senior year every day? I don't know. It'd be a maximum, I guess. Study in 2015, American Journal of Family Therapy. Youngest students, kindergarten through 3rd, getting more homework assigned than the recommended amount. Kindergartners averaged 25 minutes a night. In addition to causing stress, homework in early elementary grade results in a loss of playtime, critically and developmentally appropriate. Okay. By which young children make sense of the world. Research. To date, there is no study that demonstrates a clear benefit to assigning homework in elementary grades. By the way, my kid's out of elementary, in high school, so I'm wondering, oh, wait, there's something about higher grades. Arguments for homework typically center around increasing academic achievement and parental involvement. However, these outcomes have not necessarily proven true for elementary school students. Some of the most comprehensive research on homework found that while a positive correlation between homework and academic achievement existed for 7th through 12th graders, it's not a clear positive correlation for elementary. While homework has some non-academic benefits, such as good study habits, time management skills, self-discipline, and responsibility, I might do a whole episode of Talk of the Tavern just on that one sentence. Some studies show the opposite impact: physical and emotional fatigue, negative attitudes about learning, and limited time for chosen activities. What if the chosen activity is video games, though? Is there... Evidence has shown... Interesting. They have footnotes on that one. Too much homework harms student health and family time. As for whether homework encourages parental engagement, a key concern is that homework can actually engender negative parent engagement. Specifically, adult assistance can stifle children's independent thinking because their children feel so overwhelmed parents must prod, control, and nag their children to do the work. Here's another thing. There are topics they are covering in homework that parents don't know anything about anymore. Whether it's something as simple as animal care, and they're just never had an animal, or, calculus. We're not going to engage with them. And also, then we have the problem of, if we help with the homework, and I don't mean just sit there going, okay, time to do it. Oh, here's where you find your resources. Let me look at the problem. Let me see if I can walk you through it. That's all fine and good. But what happens when you get these parents that do the whole project for the kid? That doesn't help or encourage the kid. He thinks there's a bulldozer in my yard. I'm very curious. I don't know. I'll figure it out in a minute. So recommendations. Stay away from traditional homework for young students. It's such as drills, recitation practice, assign developmentally appropriate home activities, tie homework activities to real-world experiences. I used to do that: grocery shopping, speed limit, science, etc. Homework should not be a foregone conclusion. In other words, they shouldn't have... we're going to give them homework. We just don't know what. Homework should be assigned when homework is necessary. Redefine homework to focus on meaningful home time activity. Okay. Policy and practice focus not on homework, but open-ended opportunities for family engagements. Encourage conversations at home. Make time for nightly open-ended reading and writing. I like that. Look for opportunities to practice math and science in real context. Yeah. See, then you got to get the parents on board with this. There is more to this, significantly more to this letter, but I don't know how interesting it is. Instead, let's look at what goodies they sent us. Okay, so. What's this? Okay. So this is a letter? I thought it was a bookmark. Okay. It's got a picture on it. I'll just give you a little shot of that picture there. This says, thank you so much for helping and funding this trip for our entire 8th grade. We greatly appreciate it. Nice handwriting, by the way. We wouldn't have done it without you. Hopefully we will do this again soon. The movie was great and the buses were nice. And they got the little picture of... He named me Malala. Not sure what this is all about. Did I miss something in the letter? Dear friend, thank you for the geo boards. I had fun with the geo board because we make shapes. I also make a home. I liked it so much I would play with it today, so I had the best day in my whole life. Thank you for being the best. Geo boards, and I liked it. I can do whatever I want with the geo boards, so I like it. The geo boards, sincerely, Alexandra. Pretty picture. I think you get the idea there. Now, what is this? Another thing here. Just a thank you. With smileys and hearts. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and look at the letter. I don't know what they're showing me there. Yeah, I don't know what that all is. I think they just included things students sent them when they helped students somehow. Maybe they didn't include in a letter. Maybe it's in the wrong envelope. Maybe that's next week. I don't know. Okay. For this package's cards, we have... I can't read that. We asked about the biggest threat facing the nation. 60% of Americans said blank. When asked about the biggest threat facing the nation, 60% of Americans said the shocking stupidity of the American public. The truth. You can't handle the truth. White people becoming a minority. Biggest threat facing the nation, 60% said a gay Republican somehow. Slowly shaking my head at a sad statistic. And shocking stupidity of the American public again. So that's our cards for today. Okay, that pretty much wraps that up. Day 4. Got 2 more to go. As soon as I get them in the mail, I will put up videos and let you know about it. Make sure you check out the other videos for the other days, as well as the future days. Watch for them. Subscribe to get the notifications. In the meantime, go check out what we do on Talk of the Tavern. Okay, I've got to go get ready to go see Star Wars. Maybe I'll do a video about that later tonight. No spoilers, though. God, I hate people who give spoilers. And then at the end of their post, I'll be like, spoilers, and you're like, you know what? You're a douche nozzle. I would sincerely put you... you know what? Why is being a douche a bad thing? This is a different video. You think you call them an enema instead. Okay, click on things, like on things, subscribe on things. See you later.